What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Reactive here, and welcome to Mountain Blade Warband, a Clash of Kings. Now, in my previous video, I was playing a World of Ice and Fire modification for just Mountain Blade Warband, but I quickly came to realize how undone the mod was, like how much in beta it really was, because I hadn't really tested it that much. I tested it a few months before, like, well, months, maybe a year ago, and I was hoping for some new stuff, but it was really inaccurate and quite unbalanced, to be honest with you. So a lot of you people messaged me saying, hey, a Clash of Kings mod is the main mod, like it's way more developed, and I agree. There's two mods, as I mentioned in the last one of the last videos. It's a Clash of Kings and a World of Ice and Fire, and we tried the World of Ice and Fire in the last video, and I did some stuff off screen, off camera. Couldn't really get it to work properly, and a lot of things were glitchy. You saw with the boats and all that. So tell you what, we're gonna restart, but with the Clash of Kings, it's gonna look a lot the same. Like, obviously it's still gonna be Westeros, but it's gonna be more detailed, it's gonna be more enjoyable. I'm assuming, I hope. But without me blabbing too much, wasting your time, let's go right into the game. Quote, you can change various features. Okay. We got this pretty loading menu. This is some nice artwork. Got the Baratheon's banners and the Lannister banners signifying their alliance through marriage. Launching the game. I tried to make sure it works, but you're gonna realize that it's a lot more detailed. So let's go through with the pre-story here. You go for a stroll in the streets of your hometown when you hear that King Robert has been gored to death by a large boar. The fishmonger that you're speaking with tells you that Eddard Stark, the head of the king, tried to usurp the throne, but the valiant King Joffrey's advisors managed to foil his plot, and peace has surely been restored. However, a few days later, a weary traveler arrives with more news. Following the imprisonment of Lord Stark, the Northern Lord marched south to defeat the Lannister and free their liege. They ambushed the army of the Kingslayer, routed his forces and captured Sir Jaime, after which they broke the siege of Riverrun. All of a sudden, the odds seem to be turning against Joffrey, and his name is no longer shouted in the streets. Making a quick decision, you decide to strike out, hurriedly selling off your meager position to a fat innkeeper and packing only the most essential. You finally feel like you control your own destiny, and that whatever course you take, great deeds await you. So here's the character creation. We're gonna be a male, of course. My father was a landless knight, sure. You spent your early life as a page at a nobleman's court. Later you became a squire, sure. The reason for adventure, sense of duty. Always do your duty, people. I'm not gonna read all through this, but I'm gonna scroll carefully so you can pause probably, and something like this. That's all you need to know. Don't think I'm gonna have this, so let's just hit done and be done with it. Let's go with realistic saving. Need a name, of course. We need to name. Let me think for a second. There we go, Jory Rain. Let's pretend that he's a secret Rain. If you don't know the Rains of Castamere, how the Lannisters basically murdered the whole Rain family because they rose up against them, and let's pretend Jory here is a survivor of that, and he's currently the only living member of House Rain. Let's go with some charisma, some strength. I think strength, sure, strength and valor, as I do believe the Rain words are. Let's go with some more charisma, and agility is always nice. Let's go with leadership. I'm gonna have a good leader, surely. Shields. Yes, 1 shield. Let's go with some looting, foraging, and some trainer. There we go. Let's go with one-handed for now. And let's create you. I want you to be... Let's check the skins available here. I like this one a lot. Let's go with a nice beard to that. It's gotta be pretty old, and I'm not gonna make him too young. Something like that. I think we're starting to get somewhere. Now let's make a hair color. Something, yeah, I think that's, we're not gonna spend too much time on this character. Let's read the story. You join a merchant and his family traveling towards Storm's End. Green shoots of wheat, barley and oats are all across the dark soil of the rolling hills, and on the lower slopes of the snow-capped mountains herds of cattle, aurochs and sheep are grazing on the summer grass. Occasionally, too, you catch sight of one of the great war horses that are the pride of the nobility. The land here is rich, but also troubled, as the occasional burnt-out farms bears witness, a testament to the chaos. The Tyrell's host caused it when marched through 16 years earlier. You keep a wide berth of the forest, where the desperate men have taken refuge. While passing by the burnt ruins of Summerhall, the merchant declares that he's changed his mind, wanting to take his ware to Weeping Tower instead, having heard of Lyseni Gallus docking at the nearby harbour. Following a long trek through the rainwood, you finally see the Weeping Town in the distance. You are exhausted by the time you find the inn, where you quickly stash your belongings and go in search of a decent tavern where you can have a well-deserved dinner. According to an old blind man sitting in the corner between 2 buildings and drinking a mug of stale ale, a kraken has been seen off the coast of Dorne, and a 5-headed calf has been born, kindling its mud in the process. Surely an omen to be taken seriously. Dismissing the old fool as crazy, you continue towards the tavern. All of a sudden, you hear a sound that stands the hairs of your neck on end. A rasp of a blade sliding from its scabbard. So I guess we're getting robbed, I suppose, by some lowlife. Of course we need to defend ourselves. Who is this fool who's trying to attack me? Now this is me. The last rain. He's coming towards me, so I should probably focus here. Well, let's see. That's pretty good. Not nearly though. There we go. Got a good hit there. And he's a goner. He got me a few times though. Let's see what this man has to say. Are you alright? Well, I guess you're alive at any rate. I'm not sure that we can say the same for the other fellow. That's one less thief to trouble our streets at night. Although the father knows he won't be the last. Anyway, let's talk more inside. There's a chill to the air and I'd rather be without. The merchant takes you to his house. Once inside, he stands by the door for a while, looking at the dawn, and then suddenly comes near to speak. What do you have to say, old man? Now let me explain my proposition. You seem a little disoriented. I do not know who you are or where you are from, and to tell you the truth, I do not care. I'm just a simple merchant, and if I've learned anything, it's that the merchants are the first to suffer in the hard times, so I'm planning to travel to another country, peaceful and rainless, I hope. I have heard that the free city's gold flows from watery fountains, so maybe I'll go try my fortune in Pentus or Valantis. I think I'll stay. Of course. Thank you, my friend. Fair travels to you too. Of course, I'm going to stay here in Westeros. Let's go to a map. And as you can see, if you compare it to my last video, this map is so much huger. It's so much more detailed. You see the Iron Isles over here. Got all these castles and, well, just Westerlands. Look at all these places. You can see the north. The only downside to this is that there's actually, as far as I know, no free folk. Like, there's no faction free folk. So it's only the Night's Watch, and then there's like, I think there's whites and White Walkers, but I don't know. And also Essos is way more detailed. Like, look at this. Well, maybe not. I think it's just about the same, but I think there's more castles and things to it. So yeah, I've got lists and all that. So yeah, it's much more detailed, to tell the truth. I think we can even travel further than this and bring Daenerys Targaryen and all that shit into it. Got Loraf and all that. That's cool. Bravos look so much more detailed. Like, look at this. Look at these models. I mean, it's not supposed to be looking super pretty, but I like the details in this. Now, I completely forgot where we were. We're somewhere in the Stormlands, I do think. Let's see. You have been awarded the right to carry a banner, of course, which we are going to. I'd like to carry the Rain banner, but I don't. That's the Lannister banner. Let's see. I don't think there's like. Well, I suppose this one, but. Could carry this one, of course, or perhaps this. There's so many choices. I think we're going with this one. I like this one. Okay, there we are. That's just me. Let's take a look at my party. It's Jory Rain. Let's take a look at our notes. A new beginning. Talk to the Septon Garibald at the Castletown and Weeping Town to learn more. Such time people might need your services. I don't care about the main quest really. To Harling Hill. Well, let's take a look at our inventory. We've got 250 coins and got a cloth tunic. Not worth that much, but we're gonna go to Weeping Town and probably sell it off. Let's go to marketplace. Goods, not goods, but armor. 40 gold, sure. Look at the armor, man. All right, this is the mod we're going with, and this is the long. This is one I'm gonna play for the longest time, I think. Now, what I do want to do is probably get some company. Let's go to see if anyone wants to join me. Let's to recruit peasants. 5 Stormlander levies volunteers to follow me. 50 coins. That's quite a lot, at least for me. Let's take a look at my inventory. 250 coins. Let's go to party. But these people they're not peasants. They're actually pretty high value. Now let's take a look at. We got Dragonstone. Look at Dragonstone, man. Look at the castles. Look at the models of this. I never realized. Now it's gonna be a bit disorienting, of course. This is a new Let's Play and all that, but please bear with me. We're gonna stay to this. We're not gonna support Renly, of course. We're gonna support, if anyone, we're gonna support Stannis. Now, obviously Stannis is gonna be at Dragonstone, I do believe. That would be the logic in it. Let's go look at the inventory. How much are we paying these people? Weekly cost 5 coins. Not that expensive. I was thinking they'd cost more. There's a lot of hooves. Guess we need to pass the harbor. Current force morale is 90. Gonna go past Crickhollow. Let's see here. Good peasants. 3 Stormlander levies wants to join me. Party. Weekly cost of 8 coins. That's cool. Character. That's nice. Party. Stormlander levy. Interesting. Now, as I said, we're gonna go to Dragonstone and probably join in Hull is quite a big town. Let's fast forward a little bit. The Stormlands, the Toffs. Here we go, Axel Florence party. It's not the one I wanted to speak to. Let's take a look at the Dragonstone Levy. They look pretty much the same. Gonna move them up because I like them more. But Dragonstone. Let's set to Dragonstone. Approach the gates and hail the god. Let's go to their Lord's Hall. Pretty impressive. Look at the helmets. Look at this handsome fella. Doesn't seem like our king is home, but look at this table, man. It's the table that's covered the Targaryens made over Westeros. Shouldn't probably be jumping on his table though. Our Faring is here. Your uncle. Let's go back here and see if your uncle is here. There's your uncle, Gilbert Faring. I want to speak to. Do you have a task for me? Sure. Let's serve Gilbert Faring. Yes, I do, but you have to keep silent about this one. Before the old king abolished the lord's right to the first night, the Targaryens were known to visit the small folk of Dragonstone and Driftmark to take their due. They continued to do so even after the right was abolished. The resulting offspring was known as Dragonseeds. The Dragonseeds used to be plenty on the islands after the Gold, but their numbers had dwindled over the years. However, recently a young man has been claiming to be the bastard of Prince Rhaegar. Go on. This young man, going by the name of Lacaris, has been meeting... Lacaris? Probably Lacaris. Has been meeting with some of the knights from Hull, known to be descendants from the Valerians, and thus being a kin of the Dragonseeds. According to one of my informants, a man named Burlov, they've been talking of sneaking into the castle and overwhelming the god, taking the king hostage, and proclaimed this Lacaris the true king of the Seven Kingdoms. This cannot be allowed to happen. I need you, Jory Rain, to break up the conspirators and execute a lot of them. They meet mostly at night, or when the fog rolls from the narrow sea, obscuring the view. We don't want to cause a scene, so just kill them and leave the bodies to be found. Barlov has sent a message detaining the next meeting, which will take place as well. Close. Okay. We need to execute these conspirators, surely. Is that Shireen? Yeah, that's Shireen Baratheon. Hello, my lady. Oh, that was an interesting conversation. So, I suppose we need to take care of that. Now, before we do that, I do want to recruit some more people. Recruit peasants, 1 Dragonstone levy. I'd like to take a look at my inventory. 180 coins. Not much. We're at 80 minutes already. Let's take a look at our notes. So I'm guessing this is the fishing village. Oh yes, here we go. Oh yeah. Let's kill these conspirators. This is bad. So it would seem like we got attacked. Outlaws. So I shouldn't really... okay, charge the enemies, sure. Let's see if we can do this tactically. It's much more easier in this mod than in the previous one, I find it. Let's see, let's place all our men here. I hope they're not mounted. Although I hear a shit ton of horses. So, pretty sure I know what that means. Let's put the men into a square. Try to stop these people from murdering us. It's not that many, so come on. We can do this. Although they are pretty high. Come on. Uh-oh. Getting a problem here. Please reposition yourself here. There we go. Let's try this. They're not that high level. Let's make them charge. Show them what we got. Oh yeah. We did pretty fine. Bloody outlaws. Oh, that was a heavy hit. For Stannis. 1 damage really. Hopefully we're gonna be able to sell a shit ton of this. There we go. I don't think we lost that many. I'm thankful that that cavalry didn't just crush us. The battle's been won. Press tab T to leave. No casualties, and they lost it all. That's awesome. And this is super expensive. Awesome. Rusty sword. I don't have the strength to wear this even. Oh, well, this one. And no, I need more strength for this one. 199 coins, damn. That's pretty good. I took a look at our character. Let's upgrade the strength now. Some iron flesh to make more damage. One-handed, of course. I think that's gonna be all we have time for this episode. I'm sorry we had to restart it, but let's face it. This mod is so much more awesome. So much more detailed, and it's a bit easier on the whole bandit robber bandits. Like in the previous mod, there was like robber knights and bandits and thieves all over the place, and they constantly crushed me. Yeah, no matter how many men I had, they were pretty difficult. Honorable men. It seems so much more interesting. But thank you guys for watching this episode, and I'll see you in the next one, of course, as usual. That is if you subscribe, and you'll get my latest content right into your sub box. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.